Hello? No, no, please. Oh God.
So why am I doing this? Why am I adding butter and sugar together first? So it might be strange to some, because why would you just add those two ingredients together? But many dessert recipes like cakes and cookies start with this method because it introduces air bubbles that will expand and make the batter rise during the cooking process. These air bubbles are strong, ironically, since the molecules of oil go to the surface of the bubbles and prevent them from collapsing under the weight of the rest of the batter in the cooking cake. Unfortunately for me, though, I put the butter in the microwave for too long and it didn't really cream right. Alright, so why bananas? And why and how does putting banana in bread make it so good? While it's hard to find whether or not there's something special about bananas, the secret could lie in an old baking trick: substituting oil, butter, and eggs for applesauce. Using oil and butter in the first place in recipes helps keep reactions between flour and water at bay. If you're a pastry chef, this is ideal since this will mean the formation of less gluten and a light and flaky dough, as opposed to more doughy bread with a complex network of gluten. The hydrophobic oil and butter molecules coat the flour and prevent too much gluten from forming. But what the heck? Applesauce? Bananas? Well, the secret to their ability to be substituted is the presence of something called pectin, a polysaccharide that holds together cell walls. However, this isn't hydrophobic like butter and oil. Instead, the pectin creates a gummy, jelly-like barrier to prevent the reactions between water and flour. Bananas also contain pectin, so maybe that's why adding it goes so well. We might see banana bread instead of other fruit breads because bananas are so cheap and sweet. By substituting many more expensive ingredients for something that costs so little, the bread is more affordable. Also, since the cake, like bread, can be sweetened with fruit instead of extra processed sugar, it's healthier.
Baking soda, not to be confused with baking powder, is sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3, that is added to baked goods to make them rise. Recipes that use baking soda as a leavening agent also contain an acidic ingredient, such as lemon juice, milk, honey, or brown sugar. When you mix together the baking soda acidic ingredient and liquid, you'll get bubbles of carbon dioxide gas. Specifically, the baking soda, a base, reacts with the acid to give you carbon dioxide gas, water, and salt. This works the same as the classic baking soda and vinegar volcano, except instead of getting an eruption, the carbon dioxide fizzes to puff up your baked goods. The reaction occurs as soon as the batter or dough is mixed, so if you wait to bake a product containing baking soda, the carbon dioxide will dissipate and your recipe will fall flat. The gas bubbles expand in the heat of the oven and rise to the top of the recipe, giving you fluffy quick breads, just like our banana bread, or even light cookies. So what is chemical leavening? Chemical leavening is the combination of sodium bicarbonate, i.e. baking soda, and acidic agents with water to generate carbon dioxide gas in controlled volumes and rates. Ammonium bicarbonate or potassium bicarbonate may also be used instead of sodium bicarbonate for some applications. Chemical leavening is an acid-base reaction, which results in water, carbon dioxide gas. In cakes, cookies, quick breads, and biscuits, chemical leavening is used to aerate the dough or batter, rendering it light and porous. The bubbles created by the leavening expand during baking, creating the baked product's crumbs structure. Chemical leavening will also affect a cake's pH, which influences the cake's crumb color. For example, lowering a cake's pH will result in a whiter crumb color for a white layer cake.
And for our last chemistry inquiry, why can't you just throw all the ingredients together for bread and have bread? What's special about baking the batter that creates that wonderful, flavorful, and solid loaf? What does it mean to be cooked? A higher temperature in the oven means a higher kinetic energy. Particles are moving faster, collisions happen more frequently, and a reaction occurs. This reaction is the baking of bread. However, you could quote unquote bake bread outside of an oven, but your batter would go bad before you had a nice loaf. The heat of the oven just makes the reactions needed for baked bread occur much quicker than they would at room temperature.